So what lies in store for these teams this season? The talking's done. We're about to find out. It's week 1, and off we go on EA Sports. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Now the first carry of the game for Josh Jacobs. Here's 2nd and 6. He'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up 3rd down. From the gun, it's Love. He's going to go deep, looking for Reed. And the Lions are going to take over just shy of midfield.
So anytime a team suffers an early setback like that interception, human instinct says, Mike, we need to get away from our game plan. We need to adjust. I don't think that's the case. There's a lot of game left, a lot of chances to avenge that play and still connect downfield on some of these passes. All proven, though, Mike. They've got to identify what went wrong. Let's correct it so we're able to move forward.
Throwing on 1st and 10 is Milton. Oh, yeah.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Milton to the air on 2nd down. And he gets run out of bounds. A short pickup, but it's good enough for a 1st down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design. Sometimes
that is intercepted. Picked off by Evan Williams. And he's going to give his offense a short field to work with as they look for their first points of the game.
Well, we're getting a little test here early, Mike, to see just how easy is this team to rattle. Didn't look like they were able to get through that opening script that they had worked on all week. So I'm going to be curious on this next drive. Do they stick to the plan? Do they pick up where they left off? Or is there a little bit of a reaction, or dare I say panic, to come out and make some adjustments in response to that early interception?
1st and 10. A run up the middle with Jacobs. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. They face 2nd down and 7. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. That's to Reed. He's got it. And he's going to be taken down right at the 25-yard line.
There's a reason certain guys, Mike, just always seem to be open. It's really because route running is more art than it is science. How do you manipulate the defense to find open spots or win versus man to create separation and earn the trust of your quarterback.
On 1st and 10, here's Love. Here's a screen taken in by Jacobs.
You see so many teams wait till 3rd down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on 1st down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screen play still in the back of their head.
On 2nd down, Love. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Josh Jacobs was the intended receiver. 3rd down coming up.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Love. A very nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. Gains nothing.
When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you know what that tells me, Mike? The decision to go for it on 4th down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with yards after the catch, great. But if not, it's a 4th and short, and you give yourself a realistic shot of converting on this 4th down.
His kick is good. And the Packers are out to an early 3-0 lead.
And I think this is going to end up being considered a successful drive, Mike. I think obviously you would have loved to see them come down and convert and score a touchdown. But at the very least, they needed to come away with 3. They were able to do that and take a lead on that field goal.
Here comes a return from the end zone. This will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Working out of the gun is Milton. That'll be caught. It's Jahmyr Gibbs. And this one's going to be a loss of yardage. He's marked out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
And the coverage right there. This ball knocked away. It's incomplete. Eric Stokes, the man there defensively to break that one up.
And the success of this play, Mike, all comes down to the timing of the defender. You get there a little bit too early, you risk pass interference. You get there a little too late, it's a big pass completion. Timing your hand and playing through the ball is something they work on with these defenders all the time. And next time they throw the ball...
Oh, he's got a defender right with him, and it's an interception. Picked off by the safety, Xavier McKinney. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
Well, Mike, once again, this drive, it ends the same way their last one did, walking off the field following an interception. Now, you're hoping this is more momentary struggle than it is a trend, but as hard as it is to do, they need to get calmed down. They need to reset because their offense cannot operate at a high level if they don't have confidence in this passing game.
They'll run the draw with Jacobs. He's going to be taken down at about the 30.
It's not just the blockers creating yards for him out there. He created most of that yardage on his own, shrugging off the initial tackle attempt and continuing to rumble downfield.
Once again, it's Jacobs. Just a short pickup down inside the 30. Here's a 2nd and 9. To throw is Love. Here's a shot toward the end zone. And the Lions are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
First carry now for Jahmyr Gibbs. And some good running there. He'll fall forward for about 7. Second down and 3. Once again, it's Gibbs.
Patience is a great quality of a running back. You have to wait for holes and gaps to develop. But in this case, Mike, he just kept waiting, and nothing ended up happening. No gain.
Here's 3rd and 2. He'll try and throw with Milton. Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. The Packers have it.
Mike, we hear that term run after catch so often, and sometimes people miss that there's kind of a middle phase.
And remember now, all turnovers must be reviewed by replay, so this one is going to need a little closer look. So that one overturned. They say the runner was down, and that will not be a fumble. Play action. Now it's Milton. Now deep shot for Amon-Ra. That's caught. That long one's going to bring them 1st and goal. He is brought down at the 5-yard line. It is a huge play for Detroit. That's a gain of 72 yards. So, first quarter in the books. Here. The end of the first quarter. With the score. 5 yards from the house. They've got it 1st and goal. Oh, trying to set up the screen, but that is going to fall incomplete.
Goes without saying, Mike, you have to be smart with the ball, especially down here in the red zone. You're already in scoring position. And I understand they're trying to come away with a touchdown, but at the very least, come away with 3. Worst case scenario is you turn the ball over and you come away with nothing.
In trouble, and down he goes.
That last sack is exactly why defensive coaches preach over and over. Just play the next down. Just continue to make them snap the ball again. You're one big defensive play from changing everything about this drive, and what once looked like a promising drive, following that sack, looks a little bit different now.
They'll look to throw for it with Milton. That is caught by the tight end. Touchdown, Lions. And that's a football to hold on to forever. His first NFL touchdown in his very first NFL game. So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. He'll move it ahead for about 3 yards. That's Carlton Davis bringing it into that one. Second and 7. Love to throw. That complete to Jacobs. He is knocked down hard. Wow, they stopped him in his tracks, but he does have enough to pick up the first down. On the handoff, this is Jacobs. Not much develops there. He'll get this to about the 43. Off the play fake. Here's Love. And for the 3rd time in this first half, he's been intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
I would love to see his weapons do a better job, Mike, especially in the middle of the field, getting open in these zones. I just feel like there's been tight coverage, a lot of little windows to throw through, and yes, anytime you turn the ball over, it's on the quarterback, but the rest of this supporting unit needs to do a better job helping him.
From the gun, here's Gibbs. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
The goal of every offense, Mike, is to find a way to establish a balance between the run and the pass. With some success here early on the ground, will open up things as the game unfolds for the quarterback in this passing game.
Ball rests at the 37. It's first and 10. From the gun, here's Milton. Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it. Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a first down. First and 10 at the 23-yard line. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Here's Milton now on first and 10. To the end zone. It's intercepted. Picked off by Evan Williams. And the Packers force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 10.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
Here's first and 10. They'll start on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's second down. Here's Love to throw. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. Trying to connect with Romeo Doubs that time. Now it's going to be third down. Love. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a fourth down. This will be returned from just beyond midfield. And it's a very nice return. He has given the offense a short field.
At the 33-yard line.
On the play fake, it's Milton. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. On 2nd down, here's Milton. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete. He was looking for Jahmyr Gibbs out of the backfield. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. He'll get himself looked at, but this is not how you want to begin a new campaign. So they move inside the 20, 1st and 10 at the 18. First carry for David Montgomery. And that one going to be closed down in the backfield. Great defensive play. Knifing in and dropping him for a loss.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
Throwing on 2nd down is Milton. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him. 7-3 is the score. 2 minutes to play in the first half. Greg and I back from Ford Field in Detroit in a moment. Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. From the shotgun, a throw from Milton. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, take it in over the middle.
Well, it goes without saying. You want to play wide receiver in the NFL, Mike. How well can you change directions? How fast can you get your body from one direction to another? And when you can cut like this guy, I'm not sure how you guard. And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
So, after his field goal, Bates back out to kick this one away. That ball going to hop into the end zone. It's a touchback that will come out to the 20-yard line. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. He'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Dobbs headed in motion. Throwing on second down, Love. The open man is Reed. He's got it. A gain of 16 yards. First down, Packers.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
On first down, it's Love. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up second down.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL, and they want to find themselves having any chance of getting...
And for the fourth time today, he has been intercepted. Picked off by Brian Branch. And the Lions are going to get the football at their own 40.
The best way, Mike, for a defense to bait these bad throws is don't allow the quarterback to throw the ball to their first read. By the time he gets to the third or fourth read, in this case, the defender has already put himself in position, jump that route, challenge the receiver, and that's a big-time takeaway.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Here's Milton. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. Looking to throw, it's Milton. That's caught by Gibbs. A pickup there of 19 yards. First down, Detroit.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
A huge play just before the half. 38 yards. A couple of big plays, one after the other, and now it's 1st and goal. They'll bring St. Brown in motion. Now Milton. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm.
Tight end motioning left. Milton to the air on second down. Under pressure, and now he's going to go down back at the 8-yard line.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
To the air on 3rd down is Milton. This one is pulled in on the feet in bounds. Yes! Amon-Ra, St. Brown. Touchdown, Detroit. Bates, good, with the extra point. And the Lions move out in front by the score of 17-3. Final 9 seconds of this half, and the kick is away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll gain about 6 there as it's up past the 35-yard line. So we've reached halftime here on NFL Kickoff Weekend as we get you to Orlando. Say hello to my old pal, Jonathan Coachman, with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, second half, drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. A safe kick taken at the 5. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. Throwing on 1st and 10 is Milton. Working the sideline, that's St. Brown. They'll get 11 there, and that's a quick 1st down. Throwing is Milton. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. To the air, it's Milton. To the tight end, and he fits it in on the corner left. It's a gain of 19 in the air. Good for a Lions 1st down. To the air once more is Milton. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. They hand it to Gibbs. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
It's too early at this point, Mike, to really start thinking about the clock. You definitely don't want to go into a shell. But now this is the point in the game where having a good ground game really starts to take over. You throw to get the lead, but man, once you get it, that ground game, that's what finishes the game off.
They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10. On play action, here's Milton. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Doesn't get much better than that. Had he gotten there just a little bit earlier, he probably draws the flag a little late, and it's probably a touchdown.
To throw, it's Milton. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. The tight end, Sam Laporta, the intended receiver. And it's going to be 3rd down. The tight end going in motion to the left. Milton from the gun here on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Lions will extend their third quarter lead.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time,
now on the return, he has lost the football. Special teams comes through again. We don't talk about it nearly enough, but sometimes the biggest plays of the game happen, like that one. The kickoff return, fumble, recovered, and momentum swings again.
Everybody loves to see a big return, Mike, but the priority of any kick return unit just get...
And he's in. Jahmyr Gibbs. Touchdown, Lions. Bates now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Lions will extend this third quarter lead. So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. For the return, it's Keyshawn Nixon. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Love. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
He's going to go deep, looking for Reed. And the Lions are going to take over at their own 41-yard line.
Well, I don't think it takes any real high-level analysis, Mike. When you turn the ball over at this rate, you're just not going to win a lot of games in the NFL. I mean, it's just very simple. You got to protect the football if you want any chance of turning around this one.
Slot receiver headed right. So on 1st and 10, here's Milton. And he might have waited just a bit too long there as he throws it incomplete. Looking to set up the screen, but the defense wouldn't give him the time. Working out of the gun is Milton. Quick throw, taken in. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield.
Every quarterback's dream is, can I get the ball out of my hand as fast as possible and get it to a guy that can do the rest after the catch? And it seems like nowadays throughout the entire league, the best offenses thrive in yards after the catch.
Not a whole lot there as he'll work it down to the 46. Lucas Van Ness, the former first-round pick, there to make the tackle.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 46-yard line.
Throwing, Milton. He's got Laporta open on the left side. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass, get past the first down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can draw up all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop.
From the 4-yard line, trying to punch it in. 1st down and goal. They'll look to throw. That's hauled in at the 2. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone. That is caught side of the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. And a of course, all scoring plays are reviewed. So replay's going to take a look at this one and make sure it is good for 6. So, ruled a touchdown originally. They didn't find any reason to overturn it, and it stays on the board. Bates, good, with the extra point. And the Lions stretch things out even further. So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. Here's Nixon on the return. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. They'll run it straight ahead with Jenkins. He's able to get away from one man, but the reinforcements were there fast. He's taken down for a loss on the play. Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down. Now Love. Now a shot here, deep middle. That is caught. And he's going to take this one all the way. 70 yards. Touchdown, Green Bay. A beautiful combination in the air there. The pass downfield and bringing it the rest of the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And it's really just a great route, Mike, and then a beautiful throw. The accuracy of the throw is what allowed the receiver not only to secure the catch, but then be able to turn it up and finish the play and find himself in the end zone.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Here comes a return from the 5. Now an opening past the 30. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. Now the return man is a bit slow getting up after that kick. He'll get himself looked at, but this is not how you want to begin a new campaign. 1st and 10 now from the 36. On the ground to start, they give it to Gibbs. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield.
Pretty much just more of the same from what we saw with this back in the first half, and he doesn't need much. He gets a little bit of space, and then he can create the rest. It's the combination of patience, vision, and then the burst to hit the hole once he sees it. This guy's been a handful all day. And with that run, this back is closing in on almost 100 yards for the game today, Mike. He's had a lot of those good chunk plays. This defense has not had a great answer for him so far.
On 2nd down, here's Milton. Now he takes off.
That's just great awareness there, Mike. He's looking downfield. He doesn't see anything, but he is locked in to get that 1st down. He tucks it, becomes a runner, and gets past the marker.
1st and 10. Off the bootleg, it's Milton. Now he throws back over the middle. It is complete. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game, and you can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the... From 6 yards out, it's 1st and goal. Now they'll set up to throw. Pressure gets there, and down he goes.
Field goals and takeaways. That's the two goals anytime a defense finds themselves in a goal-to-go situation. Now after that first down sack, I think the odds are a little bit more in their favor. Can they hold up here on 2nd and 3rd down? And if they can make the offense settle for 3, man, that's a huge win for this defense.
Throwing on 2nd down is Milton. And he's forced to just get rid of it here. Now they're going to have to regroup and try again on 3rd and goal.
I think this defense is wondering where some of these missed throws were earlier in the game. I mean, for a while it seemed like everything the offense did hit, and after that last incomplete pass, although this game's all but over, this defense will certainly take it.
They'll look to throw for it with Milton. And for the 4th time today, he has been intercepted. Picked off by Evan Williams. And he covers some ground on the return as well. Out of bounds, past the 40-yard line.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
On 1st and 10, here's Love. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. Christian Watson, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up 2nd down. Here's Love to throw. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst-case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss. This has really been the story of this entire game. Mike, I mean, this pass rush has had the advantage over the offense pretty much from the jump. And they've already recorded a couple of sacks, a handful of close calls, and it's the pressure in the backfield is why this team finds themselves with the lead here late in this ballgame.
Packers set to kick this one away. And he's on to punt for just the 2nd time in this game. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. They'll start this one on the ground with Gibbs. Not much there, maybe a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9. Here's Milton. Down the field, he's got St. Brown. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
And the Lions, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Milton now to throw on 1st and 10. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down. the shotgun. A throw from Milton. And nice work after the catch. He stopped a little short of the first down marker, but it is a pickup of 9.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down.
That's good for the Lions. First and 10 at the 29.
They'll motion the tight end right. Throwing again is Milton. That's right side and brought in by Williams. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line. On the move at the 14-yard line, it's first and 10. Throw once more. Here's Milton. There's that man again. Another catch. And he's into the end zone yet again. Touchdown, Lions. It's a debut for the ages, paying immediate dividends. 3 touchdowns in the season opener. So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. Here's Nixon on the return. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line.
At their own 33-yard line.
Love to throw it on first down. And more of the same. Another interception. Picked off by Talanoa Hufanga. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
Well, Mike, this is entering the wrong kind of rarefied air. I mean, as in, it's only happened a handful of times since the turn of the millennium rare. It's an entire season's worth of picks thrown in just one game. I think at this point, you junk the playbook, you light it on fire, and we're just going to start from scratch next week.
They'll fake the give, and now it's Milton. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down.
The whole idea of the play-action pass, Mike, is that you can slow the pass rush down enough that it allows longer, slower developing pass concepts to open up downfield. But in this case, they were on him so fast that by the time he got his head around, that ball needed to come out. There was no timing and ultimately led in an incompletion. Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
And on third down, that ball incomplete.
Not exactly the type of drive to write home about, Mike. 3 passes, 3 incompletions, no yards gained. And I really can't blame any of these fans who have continued to voice their frustration, especially after that last series of play calls.
3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Lions will add to their lead here in the fourth quarter.
I think at this point in the game, Mike, when you have things under control, not only were they able to hold on to the ball for a while, they still were able to manage to add 3 points.
And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
Love to throw on first and 10. He's going to go deep, looking for Reed. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see, can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
Here's Milton now on 1st and 10. Quick throw here is complete. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
And he'll get about 5 here as he's out of bounds with a first down.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a first down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
Throwing on 1st and 10 is Milton. He's got another one. Touchdown, Detroit. Make it 4 touchdowns for him on the afternoon. Bates, good, with the extra point. And the Lions add on to their already sizable lead. So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in that landing zone, the ball only comes out to the 20-yard line. Here's Jacobs. And he'll get 4 here, up to the 24-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 6. It's the tight end Kraft in motion. Throwing on 2nd down, Love. He'll take a shot for Watson. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
And at this point in the game, trailing by this much, you're just trying to get something positive going. And even if it doesn't alter the outcome of this week's game, Mike, you're trying to build on some things that you can take into next week's practice, build off of and learn from, and hopefully carry it into next week's game to hopefully have a lot better performance, especially here offensively.
On 1st down, it's Love. That's Dobbs open left side. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
You know, it's really been a one-sided game, but how often do we see in the 4th quarter the team that finds themselves down by a lot, they start to come alive? I think it's a combination of trying to end the game on a positive note.
Oh, they are on him in a flash, and he's lost the football. The Lions have got it. How about the defense getting to the quarterback, getting access to the ball, knocking it free, and coming up with the recovery?
I'd like to see the quarterback just be a little more secure